We are season 3, episode 9,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna say yes.
Yeah, we'll go with it. Otherwise, we'll have 9.1, 9.2.
Perfect.
Well, welcome back to a snowy Friday. And I can say that because our guest here today, Shay, is actually from the Milwaukee area. So we're about 30 minutes away from each other, which is super exciting. Get to talk local today. Shop local, invest local. That's what the show is going to be called. Invest local.
But I'm not investing local, so we can't say that.
But yeah, Shay is here from the Milwaukee area. Thanks for jumping on. We're season 3, episode 9. I apologize, I left that out. But welcome to the show, Shay. Thanks for giving us some time.
Yes, thank you. I'm so excited to be here, talk real estate, talk Wisconsin, and really excited to kind of get some ideas from you guys too on what your investing experience has been, and share what mine has been as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into yours because we don't go into Milwaukee at all. So we stay primarily in Waukesha County. So I'd like to see what the difference is here from Milwaukee to Waukesha at least.
Sure.
Well, I guess we do north side of Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say, Natasha?
We just stay in our little bubble.
Stay in our bubble. Well, especially with weather like this, it's kind of hard to get out of your bubble.
Yeah.
How much snow did you guys get last night?
We got about 6 inches of snow last night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so it's a little bit
shy of that. But yeah, I called the guys today and they were like breathing heavy. And I was like, hey, how's it going? They're like, we're just trying to get the snow off the driveway. Because the lot we bought it's kind of a corner lot. So it's a lot of sidewalk. And then the driveway is, I don't know, like 35 feet long. But it's all on an upslope. So it's a doozy. It's not fun.
Guys this morning.
What's that?
Workout.
Exactly. That's what it's about. All right, Shay, let's dive into your real estate career.
Sure.
Give us a little bit of a background, where you came from, how you got started, where you're at now, kind of thing, and then we'll dive into it.
Yeah, I'll share how I got started in real estate. I call 2017 like my official year of starting in real estate. And really what came to that point is I graduated from college in 2017. And honestly, I was just bored. Like the 9 to 5, like it was like fulfilled, but I always had something to do. Like I've always had multiple jobs. I've always been a super busy person. So I was just pretty much figuring out what I'm going to do next. Like I got my degree. That's a goal I set for myself. And then I was also renting at the time, and it just like didn't sit well with me. The fact that I was paid rent, like I could afford to pay it, but I'm just like, what can I do to really kind of like elevate myself? So I had to just educate myself about real estate. I was really interested in it. The house hacking strategy like really intrigued me, the part of living for free. So I started reading up on that. I read a Bigger Pockets book. Still have that book to this day. I read it a couple of times. It's all like marked up. It's like my raggedy copy, but that book has done so much for my life because I ended up buying a property. And what's really cool about it is like, I've always just been a really curious person. I'm always interested in learning. I'm a lifelong learner, even though I've been in real estate for 5 years, like I'm still learning every single day. And that just has gotten me so far, just that one characteristic about me. So I went to, I was reading the books, found Bigger Pockets, and then I saw a local, it was like a nonprofit organization. We're having a home buyer class for like local people. I was like, this is cool. It was at a local library. It was 100% free. I was like, okay, let me go to this class and see what they're talking about. And as I went to like the first day of the class, I saw was a lot of people sitting there and they were like a part of some program for a bank. Later found out that was a down payment assistance program. So as I went through the class, they gave us like a list of banks that had down payment assistance programs. And I was like, wait a minute, I can get free money for a house? Out of pure curiosity, I did not go in there. That was not my intention at all. I just wanted to hear what they had to say. They ended up getting approved for a down payment assistance program. And then that brings me to like January of 2018, got pre-approved through Associated Bank. They gave me a $6,000 down payment assistance grant. I found my realtor and I closed on my first property. It was a duplex in March of 2018. And once I got that first property, I was hooked. I was like, I cannot believe I just did this. Like, this was like easy. I think I got the best possible property for myself, because I'm telling you, it runs itself. Even to this day, still same property. That property runs itself. It's very low maintenance. I got the best possible tenants. So one of the units was vacant. The downstairs was vacant. The upstairs had the best tenants. They did like literally everything. They did all of the maintenance, all the lawn care, all the everything. So like I just literally got, it was awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, first of all, I got this property for basically free, you know? And I had been saving so much at that point. So I found out I kind of had an overflow of money, because like I had this grant. Now I got the money that I would have spent on the house. I was like, okay, I've got to buy another house after this. So that just kind of catapulted me into my real estate investing career. It was like the best year. But yep, still to this day, I will say that that is my best property. Even though it's my first, it's still the best.
That is awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have like that. Ooh,
What was your degree in?
that's what
I got my degree in business administration. So, and I still feel like I have such a non-traditional investing background, like, because I love real estate. Don't get me wrong. I love it. It is my career. I also work full time. Like I still work in my career. I got my degree in HR. I work full time at a nonprofit homeless shelter that does AODA, substance abuse, mental health. So I love my job, absolutely love it. So like I'm at the point in my career where I'm battling them both. Like I love my career, however, it takes us up a significant amount of time. And I will still say my ultimate goal is to scale in real estate. Like I want to be that person with the 100, 150 units. Like that is my goal. But I would say since I'm young, I've kind of reached my career goal already. Like I'm like a senior manager of HR. There's not really much more unless I want to be like a director or I'm going to be a director pretty soon. My boss has his eye on me. But after that, I'm like, I feel I can reach my career goal at probably like age 26. And maybe I can retire and go real estate.
How old are you?
What else am I going to do? I'm 26.
26.
Yes.
I wish I would have even known about real estate when I was 26.
You're
yes,
you
but
have the best of both worlds going on right now.
I do. And I'm just like, my gosh, because it's like, I feel like so many people are in real estate because they want to get out of their jobs, but that's just not me. But I love real estate equally. I consider it my career. Like some people say they do it on the side, but I do consider real estate my career as well. I have like 2 careers. So thank goodness I have my fiance, because he's kind of like my boots on the ground now. I'm like more of the high level strategic planning, planning on like what properties are going to fit in our portfolio. And he does a lot of like, he does pretty much all the property management like now, because we still self-manage, and I do like, kind of raising the capital and making sure that we got our reserves and stuff up. So I think we both kind of settled into our roles that fits our skill set. But I say I do kind of require a lot of help because just of my career. So
That's awesome that you can do both. I know that when I started real estate, my first year I was still in my W-2, I was in sales, and it was podcast after book after podcast after book for probably a whole year while I was getting my agent license. And then I tried doing both. And just like you, love my career, love real estate. And I didn't make the leap into real estate until I found myself not doing either. I wasn't excelling in either. I'll say it that way. And it just got to be where I wasn't doing either one very, very, very well. And I was like, something's got to go, and real estate's what's going to take me longer. And that was the hardest job that I've ever quit. Because I didn't want to quit. It was just like, it's not you, it's me. But in real form.
And
that's awesome.
I'm the scared one over here that can't commit to like, I cannot be a real estate agent. I'm already nervous to invest, but I'm like trying to take the baby steps. I'm trying to like start slowly, and then maybe I'll expand one day.
Yep. And I mean, my fiance and I, we've had this conversation where we're like, 2022 is the year. We could not add more rentals unless we get a property manager, unless one of us goes part-time or just quits. He'll probably be the first to leave his job before me, just because like I love mine, he likes his, and he doesn't really see like I want to retire here. So he'll probably be the first, but we've come to the point where like we're at 7 now. Like we cannot we could not add on any more rentals because my ultimate, like I never ever want to be a slumlord. I don't want to be not on top of stuff. Like 7 is kind of our magic number, but anything more than that, we're gonna need a property manager. So that's why, like, anytime I'm doing any of these future properties, building that right into the analysis to make sure, that rental is gonna cash flow with the property manager on hand, because we know that eventually all these future properties are going to go under management too. But I think our current portfolio, we may have to shift that at some point in the future, right? If we really want to scale the way that we want to. So we've been having like those really tough conversations, like, really long meetings. Like we do this thing like where we get out of town probably about once a quarter, spend a whole weekend, go through our business plan, like really nail on these goals, set some realistic goals too for our future. And that's kind of helped us a lot, because we do see real estate, taking us very far in the near future.
That's awesome.
That's exciting.
My husband and I, we try to do that same thing where we go away, whether it's just even going out to lunch and sitting down and being like, all right, what are our goals? What are we looking at? Well, we do it, about every quarter too, just to be like, okay, even just budgeting. What's our budget look like?
Yep.
Like, how can we make ourselves most like profitable going forward?
Absolutely. Yep. And I just got to be wise too, because for me, it's a battle because like I care about each of the like I do. And for me to just give it and have somebody like trust someone with all my properties is very hard for me, because I've worked so hard. I spent so much money, like it's blood, sweat, and tears. And every single one of them, like we've done a lot of these renovations ourselves. So it's like to give somebody power over that, it's just a thing I'm going to have to work through. But talking to so many like investors too, I would say over the past year, giving me more confidence. I was just listening to your podcast with Jeff, and he was doing the property management stuff. And I was just like, wow, I admire that a lot. Like that kind of gives me the confidence, to maybe hand things over to somebody I know that's going to be able to take care of my babies.
Right.
Well, I can't say my babies, but like literally my retirement plan. So like.
They are taking your retirement in their hands.
Yes, they are, which is very important to me. So.
Yep, and that's why vetting the property manager is so important. And when Natasha bought hers out in Portland, it was like interview like 3 or 4.
There was 3 property managers. One I felt was like too busy and wanted to be on the golf course. 2 was like super old school, like did everything like pen and paper, not like email orientated at all. And I was like, I bet he'd be really good, but he's a property manager that I would need to be in the same state as. And because I'm so far away, not a chance. And the third one, I was like, oh my God, you're a bulldog. I want you on my team now. So I feel like you just get to know them and like, you'll figure it. You'll know, your gut will tell you.
Yeah. I wanted to dive into something that you were talking about, that down payment assistance plan.
Yes.
We have not touched on that in this show. And it's something that I went through when I didn't even know I was going to get into real estate. And I went to one of those. Tell me more about your experience through that and what you found out, what you learned.
So the down payment assistance program, like it was an awesome experience when I went through it. So
do you remember the name of it? Was it NACA?
No, it was through, so the bank that had the program is Associated Bank. Okay. And through their bank, they have this down payment assistance program. So it was awesome because I got, the conventional 5% down with no PMI. And like I said, I went to closing with that $6,000 grant. So they still have that program to this day for the people that are listening that may be local. And actually it may be national. Associated Bank's a national bank. So I would look into that if I were you. And all you have to do is take this class. That's free. And get your certificate. And then and then you go and then you get the down payment assistance grant. But I felt like I was really far ahead because some people that were in the class, like they had to either work on credit or maybe pay down some debt, to get them into the position to be pre-approved. But I had always had good budgeting skills. Like I would credit was good. Already had the money saved up. Like I flew through that program within like probably 30 days. And I was at the point where I got the pre-approval and I got the go ahead to start looking for properties. So like look at these local nonprofit organizations. They do have things available, especially for people that want a house hack, that want to owner occupy their residence if they're buying a small multifamily. That's something I would definitely look into because it took me far. it took me far. And then a lot of people are concerned about money too, but there is a way to get started in real estate with these low down payment, whether it be a FHA, a NACA, like you were mentioning, or other program where you can get a down payment assistance grant, low down payment. And then the best thing about it too, I would say, is like that firsthand management experience. You learn so much about each of the properties, and that's taken me far. I've taken every single property that I've bought and applied that knowledge to the next and just keep building that up where I can, sit down and have a conversation with the contractor and know exactly what they're talking about, and how to vet them and how to communicate with tenants, so all that stuff, like even if you just start that way, that non-traditional way, you'll learn so much.
Just so you know, I already started Googling that assistance program. So
yeah. Yep, please Google it. I recommend it. And you know what's funny is I actually had my fiance go through the same program. And that property I was telling you about, he closed on last year, he got the same grant. That's awesome. I know that grant still exists because my fiance just got it, right?
That's awesome. Now, but yes.
Yeah, and I'm sitting in the property that we bought together. This is number 4. And he got the grant. I helped him with a little bit of the funding, but yeah. So look, it really scaled up the portfolio too. You can kind of get creative with family members, with spouses, right? Because we did this strategically. We didn't get married because I don't want my income to mess up that. So I wanted him, to be able to get a property on his own too. So
yeah. And how did you find out about the program? I know that online resources are there, but some people don't realize that they're there. I will say I had no idea what NACA was before I got dragged into the meeting. And I was like, I'll sit through this, and went through the course. I think the course was, there was one in person that we had to go in and listen to this guy talk about mechanics within the house and how the closing process works and what you need and how to clean up your finances. And then we met with a financial director, I would call him. I don't know what his actual title was. And he would go through, because this program was for people that didn't have large down payments and may need some credit repair. And they were saying, they basically would look through your last 2 years of bank statements and to see how organized it was. And if you were organized, but yes, you didn't have your down payment, or you were organized and your credit score took a hit because of one thing, they can kind of weed through it and say, all right, we're going to approve you for X amount of dollars. And I think we got approved. I think the single family home I got approved for $100,000 purchase, but the duplex was like 230. Ooh. And I was like, ooh, I really like this house hacking thing. So then that's what led me to bigger pockets about house hacking, because I think I went into Google and just put in house hacking and that popped up. And then my whole world was like, all right, real estate's where it's at. So how did you find these programs?
I will say it was just me being on Facebook. I was already interested in home buying out of genuine curiosity. I happened to find it. So for the people that are local, look up Housing Resources, Inc. They have a Facebook page, they have a website, they have these classes every month. If that's something you're interested in, you can sign up for their class. It's free. I think the only thing they make you pay for is a credit report that's $20. If you do end up going through the program. Other than that, all of it's free. And for those that may be worried, hey, my credit isn't where it needs to be, or hey, I don't know what I need to do. They will work with you. You get paired up with a home ownership counselor, which is one thing I didn't mention, and they work with you. They make sure that everything's good. And they submit your pre-approval directly to the bank. And they have a list of banks that they work with. All of them have that down payment assistance. And I would say too, the people that, still need, want to learn more, that class was really helpful. Like you mentioned, I remember they had a home inspector come in. He talked about that process. They have the real estate agent come in. They had somebody, the homeowner's insurance agent come in, so they kind of were all talking about the different parts of the home buying process. And that part to me was the most valuable part of it, because I didn't really know. I'll be honest, I didn't know anything about closing, pre-approval, inspection, contingencies, all that stuff. So the class really helped me a lot. And that was in 2017. Yep. And I was at that point, I was ready. I had took that, I read the books, I was ready to get into real estate. So that's how I got started.
That's awesome. So that was a busy 2017. So I'm guessing 2018 was your first purchase?
Yep, March 2018, I bought a duplex, 2019, I bought my second property, foreclosure. 2020, I took a break. I didn't buy any real estate in 2020. I was really saving during that time. And then last year, bought 2 of them. So yeah, so it's crazy how it's happening though, because I just feel like every year I'm looking at these numbers, I'm like, I'm gonna be pretty much be able to double what I'm buying per year. That's that real estate, right? It's like that compounding growth. The more you buy, the more capital you bring. It's just crazy because I'm like, the bigger I've grown, even though I'm still considered small, the more opportunities just keep flowing my way. It's just crazy. I almost like don't believe it's happening. Like that's how shocked I am. Like, because I'm happy to say like 2022 is going to be the first year that I buy like a property outright. I will not use financing at all.
That's
so
exciting.
I plan on doing a burr. I'm going to be doing a burr this year, and it's so exciting, right? Like I can't believe. I was like, I'm not ready. But I'm like, Shay, you're ready. You've been doing this for 5 years. You know, I'm like, you got it. Like, it's the same. Like all these principles go together, whether you're house hacking, whether you're burring, whether you're doing flipping, like the numbers, you still just got to know those numbers. And if you've got that, then you've got what you need to do to take it forward. So,
yep.
Mm-hmm.
And are you doing duplexes now, or are they all multifamily, or do you have some single family in the portfolio?
I have 3 multifamily, 1 single family.
Okay.
Yep.
Very
What would you prefer, the multi or the single?
It depends on the conversation, I guess. I would say I would go one way or another. They both have their pros and cons. I know some people like to do multi, some people like to only do single. I don't think it's anything wrong with having a mix of them in there if the numbers look right. Single families, right, much easier to manage. Multi-families can be more difficult to manage. It's more tenants, you know, sometimes tenants have issues with each other, but it cash flows typically better than if you were to go with a single family. So it just depends. But I think my next house, I want at least 1 single family this year and then also a duplex. So I think I'll probably do both this year.
Okay.
Like I said, if the number and the opportunity presents itself, that's what my plan is.
Gotcha. And do you plan on going bigger in the future? Is it a goal of yours, or yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah. I want to replace, well, I would say I've replaced my W-2, but I want to really grow it. I want to grow that real estate income on the side. I want to grow the business. Like my goal is to build a big portfolio. I wouldn't say I need to go super massive, but I would like to be more comfortable. And I want both of my fiance and myself, I want both of us to have the option. If we want to walk out tomorrow, like I want us to be able to do that. I want us. And I would say like within the next 2 years, we will be able to. But I'm positioning myself for that. Just because I don't like to be reliant on one source. I like, you know, from a real estate to back me up. Like I want to go to job and just, you know, work. I don't want to have to worry about somebody getting on my nerves. I don't like my boss. I don't like this organization. I want to bounce. If it's like, I want to be able to bounce if something does not go my way, because like my time is too valuable at this point. That's how I feel, you know, and I feel like I'm skilled and I want to be able to do what I want with my life pretty much. I want this job to be something that I want to do, not something that I'm obligated to do. So.
Yep. And that's what people ask me about, like retirement. Yep. I want to retire in 4 years, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna be done working. And that just means that I don't have to go to work. Mm-hmm. If I don't go to work, Natasha's got the marketing side. We've got the back office done. The foreman's taking all the builds. Property manager's taking the management, the buy and holds. That would be retirement for me.
It's interesting.
So by no means am I done.
It's interesting. Our financial planner asked us the other day, like, what ages do you guys want to retire at? And we're like, you know, my husband said, you know, 63, and I said 59, just so we could retire at the same time. But then he's like, preface that. He's like, that doesn't mean we're done working. Like we're just not doing the big stressful jobs. We're still doing something, but we're not like reporting for a, you know, very stressful, very important job. It's just like, okay, we're good.
There you go. Right. And it's that freedom part. That's the best thing about real estate, right? That time freedom, that passive income, you know, that ability to set your own retirement date for yourself and not have that dependent on an organization or a 9-to-5 career. That's the best part about it. That's why I'm trying to encourage like everybody to get into real estate. I really am. You know, obviously it's not for everybody, but I don't know if people truly understand the wealth building capabilities of real estate.
the best part about real estate is you don't have to, if you're buying $100,000 house, you're not paying $100,000 for the house. You're paying $20,000 at most for this house. So
Yep.
the amount of money that you can get back from putting 20% down,
Yep.
that's
It's infinite.
Yeah.
It is infinite. That's the best part about it. So when I start breaking it down, I kind of see the light bulbs going into some people's heads, because I'm just trying to be like really an example for my family. Like, I'm the first one to graduate high school, to go to college, to buy a house, to leave the country. Like, like, so I'm just like, hey, like, they're kind of looking at me. They're like, how did you do it? Like, we have no idea.
Trendsetter.
I'm telling you, I'm the only one to know. Like, that's why when I talk to real estate people, I get really excited, because like, I'm the only one from my upbringing and my community that is doing this. And that's why I get so excited about it, because I can see how it can change like the life of my mom, a niece, a nephew, a cousin, whoever it may be.
Yeah.
So I'm really just trying to educate them when I can, for the people that, ask questions and express interest in what I'm doing.
Yeah. I just put a post out. It was from, I think it was Josh Dorkin it was Brandon Turner from Bigger Pockets. And he was talking about how CrossFit, people always talk about CrossFit, not to be annoying. And vegans always talk about like eating the vegan clean diet, not to be annoying, but they just see the benefit in what it produced for them and how well their lives have changed from doing it. And that's what he's doing about real estate. And that hit home to me, because when I started, and Natasha still gets on me now, like, no one wants to hear what I have to say about real estate. I believe it, but like, I don't have to go out and go on Instagram and do all those things, which I do now. But it was one of those things where I was kind of scared to talk about it, because I didn't want to come off as that pushy, oh my gosh, this is the next best thing ever. But now that I've done it, I'm like, no, this is the best thing ever that I have personally done. This beats my working out. This beats my diet. This is awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to tell everybody about it.
Even
I agree.
Was like super successful. He was a surgeon. Like, he had all the accolades in the world. When I talked about investing in real estate, he was like, what? Huh? And I was like, do you understand like how this could be so beneficial? I don't think you should do that. I'm like, okay, we're not talking anymore. I love you, but we're not talking. I was like, this is so smart. This is like the best way to get financially like stable.
Yeah. I agree. Yep, I agree 100%. Real estate, I always say real estate is the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, I stand by that 100%, and I definitely see the benefit in it. But yeah, and I do think that there's a balance too, right? Because I don't talk to people that just won't be able to understand it, right? Because there will always be people that rent, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? That keeps me employed. So there's those people that just don't want to deal with it. That's totally fine. Then there's that other group of people that may just not know about it, that may not know how it can change their life, and those are the people that I really want to target too. Because people do ask me. I get asked almost every day, like, how did you do it? Please teach me. Do you have any properties available? Like, I'm getting hit up. Like, my name is kind of out there. Shay's got like single families and duplexes, like, so I do try to, I'm at least at the point where I'm spreading the word. I'm going to be doing a class in April about it, because I get asked so often. I'm going to give the people what they're asking for.
Are you going to teach any classes on this?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I want to teach like that strategy I was talking about, the down payment assistance and the low down payment programs. I want to teach that, because I think that's just a great way for the people that may not feel confident enough. That get that a lot too. Like, I'm not confident. I don't have credit. I don't know what to do. So I really want to get that group of people that I know have the potential to do it, because I was in the position that they were in, exact same position. So I know that they can do it.
And there's so many options out there. I just was listening to Pace Mobley or Moby. He's on Bigger Pockets. Subject to all day. That's what he does, is subject to. I think he bought his first 5 properties with no money, zero money in any of it. And then that is what picked up his whole career in it. It's kind of like land contracts.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's where he specialized. He had no money. You would go in and basically sign the deed over. And then I also learned, not from him, but a couple shows ago, about subject to insurance. So basically, when you do sign your deed over, the mortgage company does have the right, and some of them have the clauses in, let's say, due on sale.
Okay.
So basically, they'd call the note due. That insurance company, for basically, I think it was 1 or 2% of the purchase price, would then say, okay, if they do call it due, we'll take the mortgage and then we're your bank. So it's a nice little insurance policy if you end up doing it. So
Wow.
if you're interested in that and don't have the financial means to do it, subject to, his name is Pace Mobley or Pace Moby, on Bigger Pockets. I think he's been on there twice or 3 times. He has his own podcast, another good resource. He also started a virtual assistant company for people that are in real estate and need some help with like back office stuff. So a wonderful resource on top of it.
You should have told me.
You would, what is that?
You should have told me about that.
Right, like this is very, I've never heard of this before. This is very interesting. I know of the more, yes, I know that they do, people get caught up with the mortgages becoming due. I didn't know it was anything out there that could protect against that. So that's really cool. I wrote that down. Check that out.
Due on sale insurance, I believe it's what's called.
Due on sale insurance. Okay.
Yep. And that's something that before my career is done, I'm getting a subject to property.
Oh yeah.
That stuff fascinates me. Even if it's not my bread and butter, like I want to go through that experience, but obviously I'm not going to go rogue. And he talks about it too. He gets called from wholesalers all the time. Like, hey, I bought this property at the wrong price. I'm kind of in a bind. I don't know what to do. And he just has gone through it so many times. He's like, okay. Then he kind of leads them down the path of how to correct what's going on. It usually makes the process go smoothly, but I don't want to get caught in that position. I don't want to put a seller in that position. So if I do it, I will look for somebody to be there kind of helping me out, because that's a whole new, and it's not just my liability. I'm putting somebody else's property in jeopardy too with that one.
Yeah.
But that's a fascinating philosophy with no money down.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's so many creative ways out there. Oh my gosh, you just got to listen to these podcasts. Go on these, websites like Bigger Pockets. There's a lot of IG investors too that I've been learning a lot from. So there's like so many different ways to get started in real estate. I really do think that there's a real estate investing strategy out there for everyone. I do. Like it's so versatile. Like for the people that say I want to get started in real estate, like that could mean like so much. It's a spectrum of things, right? So, but I think it can be wealth building for anybody that's interested.
Yeah, and that's the cool part about the podcast. We're bringing in people that have way different philosophies in investing. We've had one person that owned 3 properties and he was done. I'm happy. One's a cabin that I can go hunting in. He owns his own property, and then he's like, I think, wasn't it a small home that he was going to build?
Tiny home, yeah.
Tiny home. And then he was done, and that was it. That was his investing, and that was perfect for him. Other people like you've got you and your fiance like teaming up to make this a power company. I think that's great too. It's fascinating what people come up with, and whatever one they want to do is the right one. There's no one way to do it.
I agree. It's whatever suits you. And that's why it's good too, not to be out there like comparing yourself to other investors. Because sometimes I feel very small in this real estate investing world, but I'm like, you know what? I'm exactly where I need to be on my journey. Right? Because this is a path I'm creating for myself. And I'm at the point where I have no doubt that I can get to where they are. And is that even where I want to go? Right? It's the pros and the cons. So just kind of believing in yourself, like anybody can do this. Anybody that's listening can do this. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. For your process, how are you finding these deals?
Sure. I would say I found like almost all of my properties myself, just being really diligent. I found them on the MLS. I would say I found the 4 on the MLS. I'm definitely on it. Like if I see it, I will go see that property the same day, right? Like I will go, I'm very in on it. Like I almost like run my agent because I've been through this process. So it's like, I don't really need help anymore. So I like went and got like my real estate license just for the fun of it. I've not used it a day. I've had it since January of last year. I've not used it at all, but
it's the knowledge,
right? Just in case, I'm putting it in my back pocket just in case. Like just in case something happens, I might need it. What if I do want to take off and start finding my own deals and stuff like that? I would say this year, like I'm getting into a lot of wholesaling, right? Because I am going to buy that property outright. So I'm getting on these wholesale lists, making connections with them. Because I really like the idea that they go find it. And I don't care if there's an assignment fee, if the numbers make sense, I would jump on that deal. So I would say I'm kind of shifting from that traditional way and getting into more than the wholesale space, finding under market properties and going in, doing work and pulling the equity out. So thankfully for the market, like my properties have appreciated over the past couple of years. I was able to pull money out of one of them in December, and that's going to be the money that I use for the property that I buy outright this year. So it's just all real estate, whether you're cash flowing, you're, HELOCing, refinancing, flipping, whatever it is, it's a wealth building tool. And once you really get in this, you just kind of start recycling the money, right? The money just comes to you. The more money you just starts to accumulate higher. In real estate, the market appreciates, the cash flow comes in, you get the tax write-offs, it's like the money just kind of keeps building on itself. So that's the best part about it.
Yeah. And it gets more and more complicated as you go through. You're talking about deductions and all that stuff. And I had a flashback. We talked to our CPA yesterday because we're switching over to somebody else that's more focused in real estate. Now that we've got the rental management side and we've got the flipping side going, I have hit my limit. And I'll admit I hit my limit in finding out how this is going to work in the books. So I'm like, all right, we need a better CPA. We need to figure out a better system. But that's a good problem to have.
It is.
Like, I love that problem of trying to find out what I'm going to do and how to make this work. And it sounds like you are like right on that pace to be hitting that soon. Where do you see yourself going from? So you said you're going to buy one house outright this year. Let's say in 5 years, where do you want to see yourself with your portfolio?
Ooh, if it's 2022, I would say in 5 years, if I'm at 7 right now, I would like to see myself probably about 30 at that time.
30 doors or 30 properties?
30 doors.
Okay.
Or either or, honestly.
Do you see yourself going outside of Milwaukee? Are you going to be a local?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, my first my property I'm buying this year is going to be in Missouri in St. Louis.
Oh, really?
Yep, I've already got a team together down there. They're looking for the deal right now. So when I'm saying buying properties, I'm going out of state too, for my next property. So yep, I just want to learn. I want to get the out of state investing experience as well. That's just something I want to learn. So it's just like that curiosity is always taking me far. So that's where I see myself in 5 years. I would say too, in 5 years to your point, like I'm starting it now this year, but I'm in the process of like really taking a lot of things off my plate and delegating, right? You had talk about the accountant, like I've recently done the same thing. Like I'm going to start handing off a lot of these tasks. I really don't want to be doing everything anymore. So that like to me will be a really big point in my career. Like once I've really set up the team that I need in place so that we can really start scaling at that rate to be able to get 30 doors or 30 properties or whatever. So figuring out a system that works and delegating out and having a strong team behind it is where I see myself within the next 5 years.
So do you see yourself moving down to Missouri?
No, I don't see myself in Missouri. It's actually funny. I went down, my grandmother moved to Missouri. That's where my family's originally from, like my grandparents. So she moved from Milwaukee to Missouri back in June. And I went down there with her to help her move and got to talking to some of these family members that have properties. I'm like, I can't believe how cheap the properties are down here. I cannot believe. I'm like, your property taxes are how much? Wait a minute. They were complaining that their property taxes went up $200. I was like, well, how much are you paying per year? And they were like, $1,200. I'm like, $1,200? I'm like, do you know the property taxes on my single family is $5,300 alone? You're complaining about $1,200.
My husband and I were looking at investing in Dubuque, Iowa, because that's where I'm from. And the houses there are so many of them are duplexes, and so many of them are so inexpensive, and they're in good areas. I mean, yeah, so really bad areas of Dubuque, Iowa. I mean, come on. So we've been talking about that, but I think first we really want to get our second property in Oregon, and then we'll invest.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's good. It's awesome too. I could not believe how cheap the properties. I'm like, you can get a single family for 45,000.
Yeah,
I
no,
was like, what? And a good one. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Milwaukee's got a little bit harder. I would say 5 years ago was a lot easier than it is now.
Yeah.
You can still find them. It's just gonna take a little bit of hard work. But down there, I was like, wow, I think there's a lot of opportunity down here. So I have relatives down there too. So it'll be a relatively easy trip for me to start building up like a little small portfolio down there, which is what I plan on doing. So we'll see how this first property goes.
good luck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That'll be awesome. I
I
can't.
feel like you guys are miles ahead in the long distance real estate game. I'm
Think
sitting
so?
here just scared to go outside of my little bubble.
It's
Well,
the same.
I have it easy. I have it easy. I have a great property manager. I mean, the house itself has been a headache. Just because like, so I think the first time was the stove went out and then the refrigerator was like making like weird noises. And then something was wrong with the electrical outlets. And then, and then there was ants. The last one was, so it's been like little headaches here and there, but they've always been so proactive with me that I'm like, okay, they're taking care of it. So it makes me feel better.
And other than obviously different areas bring different I don't know, different processes. The houses may look different, the neighborhoods are organized different. There might be different contingencies in your offer or what you can do in your tenant landlord laws. Is there any blaring difference or benefit to that St. Louis area? Is that why you're going, or is it more family?
It would say family because I'm already going to be going down there several times a year to visit my grandmother, right? So I'm already going to be down there. You know, like why not invest in rental properties down here? And the cash flow, the numbers look good. Like I've analyzed a couple of properties, you know, really took in a look at some of these markets down there, kind of like in the St. Louis area, and like they're good. So I'm confident that I can buy a property. I would say the only different thing that I've noticed in Missouri compared to Wisconsin is like you have to have a move-in inspection by like the city, like an occupancy permit. That's something different. We don't have that up here. Like you can just rent something out, but down there, like you've got to actually have them come in. You've got to get an occupancy permit before you start renting out these units. So that's one of the differences I've realized as in my research of going down there.
Is it every time you turn it over, they have to come in and inspect it?
I think it's every time the renovation is. Don't quote me though, I'm still learning, but I think it's anytime you do any renovations or things like that, you got to get an occupancy permit. And I believe it's $75 and they can come like within 2 weeks. So it's not like a big or a waiting period or anything like that. I've talked to some investors down there. They say they're usually on it. You know, the most you have to wait is like 2 weeks for that. So.
Okay. Well, that's not bad.
No, that's not bad. Other than
just
that.
Just call ahead.
Yep. There you go. Just plan, right?
Yep. It is all about planning. That is for sure. What does the rent go for in St. Louis? If you're buying a house for, you said 50, and a pretty good house for 50, what is the rent comparison to that?
I would say up here, I could probably get, well, I would say it's comparable. A 45 down there, you can get rent out for like $1,200, $1,250 per month.
Wow.
Up here, I would say I could go a little bit higher in some of the neighborhoods I'm in. Like I've rented a single family out for like $1,400. So it's a little, it's comparable. I would say down there probably a little bit less rent than what we can charge up here from what I've been looking at. But the properties are cheaper than the properties in the neighborhoods that I buy up here.
That's my thing. I don't think I could find a $50,000 rental for $1,500 a month.
I'm so.
Are you putting money into those, or is that rent ready? 50,000 rent ready. We're good to go.
I'm going to put the money. I'm going to burr it. So I plan on burning the property down there, pulling some of the money out, buy it under value. Yep, that's what my strategy is going to be down there. But I'm just like kind of kicking myself too, because I'm like, I'm seeing these. I saw a really, really good one, like probably about a month ago. And I'm like, I want to buy this right now, but I just wasn't ready yet, right? I didn't have the team. I got the money. I'm not going to go jump blindly down in there. But I'm just like, oh my gosh. But then I see the opportunity upon itself, and I'll just keep looking, and I was like, okay, I gotta buy one of these houses down there. I don't want the market to shit. Like I gotta get in there right now. So that's what I'm gonna do this year.
That's great. So it's not really like you're waiting for like the best deal. You go through and you're analyzing deals, and you have a plethora of deals that you like. Obviously, you're gonna have bias towards some, the way they look, where they're located, but all deals are good deals and you're just trying to wait for your time to take one.
Yeah, I'm trying to wait till I'm ready. I'm definitely trying to wait till I'm ready and my fiance is ready because we're going to be doing this together. You know, right? Because I always have to keep my current priorities in mind.
Yep.
I don't want to, if we got a big project coming up for one, like I don't want to be having multiple things going on at the same time. We did that in 2021. And I would say like we almost died. I'm exaggerating, but it was rough. We renovated 5 units at the same time last year while working full time. It was awful. Like I learned from that. Like we came out, but I'm just like, I never ever want to do that again. We will never do that again. I'm telling you, we would never, like it was too much. It was like finding the tenants, right? We're doing it all ourselves. So I'm just like, I would never do that again. We're gonna do like one thing at a time this year. We're going to be smart about it so that we don't kind of run ourselves into a grave because it was exhausting. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to think about it. It was too much, but thank God it all worked out.
You automate your property management now, even though you do it yourself? Is it some sort of automation to it?
Yep. And that's what we worked on last year. We really built those systems up for all of the tenants. We knew we were going to be bringing on more tenants. So we got the software and we've automated a lot of that stuff. You know, maintenance requests and things are all centralized. And now we have the tenants, you know, paying rent to property management company, which is really my fiance with his LLC. So, but he manages them, right? And I give him a fee for that too. He manages mine. I'll pay him for that. So we really, you know, and we got a number and everything. We got a bank account where they pay the rent too. So we really solidified that. Like I said, I just want to build us up now for really some sustainable systems and things in the future.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing where your career goes on this one.
Yeah,
because even though you feel small, you're not very small. I mean,
I feel small. I'm so small.
I think we'll always feel small, no matter where we're at. We're always going to feel small. But that's I think that's the mentality that you were talking about. You're seeing things much bigger than what they are. So I'm picturing that you're always going to feel small. Just like I am always going to feel small in terms of investor.
I agree.
But you keep chugging, and then you're going to look back at when you started, when you were 20. You started 24?
22.
22?
Yep.
So lucky to be starting at 22.
I started at 22.
And you're going to go back and be like, oh my gosh, what did I just build when you're retired at 35?
Right, I will be at 35. Well, hey, I'm just telling myself I'm working hard now so I can relax later. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to be done by the time I'm 35. I'll be like done with everything. Or maybe not. We'll see. But
I think it'll be delegated enough for you to be retired at 35.
Yep. And that's all I want to. I just want the freedom of time and the wealth building, right? And I want to just really, the most important is setting an example for my family. That's really important to me, you know, showing them that they can do this too. You know, I'm going to get my mom to buy a house. I'm going to help her with it. That's something that she's scared to do, but I think I've listened to me enough and she now understands the potential of it, where that'll be like a big accomplishment of mine. It's like working with my mom and helping her buy a house. So
for sure.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'll have to come back with my fiance. You guys can meet him too. He'll tell, oh my gosh, she talk your heads off about the property management stuff. And he likes the contractor stuff and all that, which I don't mind, but he can handle it. He likes it more than me.
We will definitely, I was already planning on a second show because I want to see what happens with the St. Louis development.
Yes.
I think once you get that going, have you back on, you can talk about that experience for the long distance real estate. I'm envisioning a lot of Shay and a lot of Natasha talking about long distance real estate on that one. But have you back on during that process so you can talk about your experience, have your fiance back on, talk about the property management. I think that would be an awesome follow-up show.
Yeah, me too.
My long distance investing is not going to be nearly as good as hers because I do not make money on my long distance investing.
Yet.
Right.
Long game, Natasha, long game.
Oh, for sure. But you'll have much better stories.
We'll see.
So when are you, that's this year, right?
Yeah, this year. Yep,
Okay.
I'm already in the process.
So we'll definitely get with you. We're hitting our hour and I don't want to get yelled at by Natasha. So Natasha is going to get with you about coming back on later in the year to see where that's at. we're going to throw a lot of those things in the show notes that you talked about, those assistance programs.
Yeah, please do. Yep.
Those type of things. We'll try to add some bigger pocket episodes that maybe hit home with you to put those on for people that are starting. But other than that, if people are in the Milwaukee, Waukesha, Jefferson, Ozaukee counties want to get a hold of you in that southeastern Wisconsin, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yes, please get a hold of me on Facebook or Instagram. I have the same handle at the REI platform. Okay. And I can send that to you guys so that you have that. I can send that link to that home buying program too as well.
That'd
for
be
people
fantastic.
that want to get into that.
That'd be fantastic. I know there's a lot of people that use it because
Yeah,
I'm sure you get people talking to you about how you got started and they're like, I can't because I have no money.
exactly.
Those people,
Yep.
if you want to get into real estate and don't have money, click that link.
Yep.
At least get you started with some knowledge.
I agree. For every counter argument they have, like I have something for you. Like,
Yep.
it's like if I don't got money, I don't got credit. I'm like, okay, look, this is what you do. So
Yep. So thank you for that nugget. We'll definitely put that in the show notes. And I'm definitely looking forward to having you back on again. Keep chugging,
thank you guys.
keep pushing.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate being on the show.
This was
It
awesome.
was a great time.
So much for reaching out to us. This was amazing. So inspiring.
Yeah, me too.
Keep on chugging.
You definitely will. Have a happy, good weekend.
Yes.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Stay warm.
Bye, y'all.